Hey, Muddy Mud Dog, how you doing? I hope everything is well. You doing all right, buddy? See you popping in and out every once in a while. Make sure everything is good. Hey, Kevin. You guys have a good Monday? Hope you've had a good Monday. My Monday's been pretty good. I can't complain. Honeybee Woodworks, what's happening, Melissa? Glad you're here. And I see you have a new video out. I have not had a second to watch it, but trust in me, I will watch it a little bit later on. Figure while it was still somewhat warm, 20 degrees here in Michigan, I wanted to come out and get a little carving done. So I figured why not for about an hour or so and work on this. It's supposed to be another fairy house, but it's kind of turning into a ghost house. So we'll see. The little fairy windows are looking more like ghosts than anything. So we'll see. But are you guys having a good evening? It's your favorite video so far? Well, good. Make sure you share your link in the comments so others can go and watch it. Tim List, how you doing? Seen that you have an ear infection on top of being sick, so I will be praying for you to heal and get better soon. What's going on with my pedal? What's happening here? Alright, my pedal was stuck for a second. Sorry about that. I think it's stuck. Maybe damn, I think I just broke my pedal. This might be a shorter live than I thought. We are having a little bit of technical error. I think I broke my pedal. Yeah, I did. Well, that kind of sucks. Doesn't work well for going for live. See if I can do some surgery on this real quick. I might be asking for super chats for a new pedal. No, I'm just joking. But let me see if I can fix this real quick. Because... oh, there it goes. No. Alright. Maybe I can get it to work long enough for this live. Oh, this is gonna... Yep, no, we gotta try and do some surgery on it. Let's see. Well, this isn't the kind of live I wanted to do, but if we can fix this, it may be informative. Let's see what the problem is here. really see. There's the screw. Huh. Really? Well, let's see if we can keep it working. At least enough to get through here. Educational programming, ladies and gentlemen. You never know what's going to happen on a live. All right. Nope. We'll get through it. It's almost like if I push the pedal down all the way, it doesn't want to work, but we're going to baby it to get it through. We're going to glide it into the finish line like if you were on your last gallon of gas. That is what we're going to do. How's that sound? Have you ever had a car where you're down to like 0 and you're desperate to find that gas station and it just seems like it's so far away? And then the car stalls as you're pulling into the gas station. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. But it's still working, so that's all right. Aiden, how you doing? Thank you for hitting the like button. Before you take off, how did your craft show go? Can you give us some information on your craft show? Did it go well? I hope it went well. I'm sure everybody would love to know. Yesterday was okay, today wasn't good. Well, I mean, you have your ups and your downs, your good days and your bad days. But you sold stuff, right? Hey, Depression. How's it going? Depression, I'm going to make you a moderator. He's been here enough. There you go. All right. Oh, well, the table being free, that's not bad. Sometimes they charge a nice little penny for those tables. At least around here they do. So Depression, you've been made a moderator. Don't take advantage of it. Be cool. Don't get picked out. And you will be fine. Well, you know, I mean, every show is going to be different. The clientele is going to be different. And if you made money, then you know that's a good feeling and that's a good start. More importantly, did you hand out your business card? Do you have business cards to give people? And did you talk up your YouTube channel, so maybe people can see and get interested in that and watch some of the things they do. Okay. Well, that's good. So yeah, I'd mentioned I wanted this to be a fairy house, but I wanted some wonky windows and wonky doors, and the windows are coming out more like ghosts, which is cool. So maybe this will be a ghost house. We'll see. Probably. But if it's going to be a ghost house, then I may need to make it a little bit creepier. Well, you can't make everything back. I mean, you made some back, so that's good. I'm happy for you. That I am, my friend. You could have went both days and not got anything. So I think that's a bonus in anybody's book. I used to, not many people know this. You're about to find this out on this live, and if you can, hit that like and subscribe button if you're in the background watching and not talking, and if you're watching, hit that subscribe button or like button. I used to do sports memorabilia shows, getting autographs, selling autographs. I would get sports players' autographs, mats, and frame pictures, and then resell them. And some shows were fantastic. Some shows not as good as others. But you kind of take the good with the bad and go from there, so yeah. The Christmas fund. Oh, well, that's good that the channel's paid for its self-depression. That's awesome. That's always good when that happens. We're talking about Aiden did a craft show. And he did well yesterday, but not so good today. But that's all right. He made a little bit of money back from what he's had to spend on things, so that's good. Hey, Patricia. How are you doing today? So I'm carving in these funky windows that I wanted that, as I mentioned earlier, are turning into more ghost windows than funky windows, but that's all right. We work with it, right? We adapt and change. There's no bad ideas, just the ideas that come to light. And this is one of those come to light moments. So cool. All right, Aiden, have a good night. Get some rest. So did anybody catch Professor Rusty's live yesterday? Looks like he's got a new setup. going on. Maybe he'll talk about it Thursday on the live. I am planning on going live Thursday with Rusty. I'm going to try and find out who our guest is going to be. See if we can get one. I really haven't put much effort into that because of the holidays. I know everybody's really busy. But maybe I will look into that. If it wasn't so late for Aiden, I'd love to have Aiden on one night. And Tim List, when he's feeling better, I would love to have him on. Thinking about reaching out to Dad. I'd love to have Dad on. That would be awesome. So Tim, I got a funny story for you. And I'm not worried about it, not at all. I got my shipping notification today. But I find it funny that you got your burrs the man I watched you and Amy Joe didn't say anything, but sure laughed a lot. You guys were hilarious. Oh, you know, I don't know what it is about her, or us together, but we seem to have a hoot. We seem to have a hoot nanny for the time when we're live. Sometimes I wonder how we even get things accomplished. Yeah, that's when she asks, or when I ask if we can go live together, I just know it's not going to be a dull moment. So, but thank you. And it seems like everybody in chat had a good time. That's more important. I mean, if we're having a good time, that's one thing. But everybody in chat, if they're responding and having a good time, that's awesome. Ming, it's going to be a ghost house. I'm not going to call it a fairy house anymore because it's turning more into a ghost house. Maybe a fairy ghost house. But yeah, that's what it's turning into. And if you guys haven't, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Once I hit these spots up right here, I'll get it closer to the camera and show you. I'm thinking about adding a chimney here, but I don't know if it needs a chimney. We're gonna see. But so I wanted some wonky windows in this fairy house. Yeah, Tim. A lot of the laughter, I will admit, is at my expense, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. But if you have not subscribed to Amy Jo, can somebody put Amy Jo's channel in the chat? If you have not subscribed to Amy Jo, go to Amy Jo's channel, subscribe, and watch her live from this weekend, I think it was. Watch all of her lives, but the live that they're talking about right now is from this weekend. So, yeah, Amy Jo 143. Somebody can put her channel link in the chat. That would be great. But yeah, it's a good time. So, I moved the camera. Sorry about that. So I wanted some wonky windows in here, and I'm putting the windows in. Got a wonky door. It was supposed to be a fairy house, but the windows are kind of turning out more like a ghost house. This section right here, if you can see, is kind of built up further than everything else. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, Tim just posted Amy Jo's link. If you guys can go subscribe to Amy Jo and then watch this weekend's live, you'll see what they're talking about. It's always a great time when we're live together. Hey, Faker. Yeah, if I didn't say your name right, sorry about that. I'm very bad with names. Hey, Small Woodlot. So the gas mask weekend and this weekend were both historic lives. So if you want to watch both of them, feel free. But yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. So all right, back to this. So I wanted some wonky windows in here, and the windows are kind of turning out more like ghosts, which is okay. It can still be wonky. And this section here, I have slanted and I have built out because I want them to look like flower planters. And what I believe I'm going to do is I'm going to level this off a little bit more, and then I'm going to take a drill and drill some holes in here to have incense sticking out of them. So that's the plans for that. That is what I'm looking to do for that. Now, the house. I kind of want to give this a... I'm going to take it down a little bit more, not too much, just so the windows aren't so bleh. But I'm going to take it down a little bit, and I think I'm going to put some lines in. What's up, Jeff? And I think I'm going to carve the bark around it to give it a tree look. So I wanted this to look like it was set inside of the tree. Hey, Matt, how you doing, sir? So that's why I'm going to take it down just a smidge more. And looking at it, you might not be able to see it well on camera, but I kind of want to give the roof right here, I want it to come to a point. So, yeah, I'm going to work on that. But Matt Carves is in the chat, and if you want to know everything there is about carving, go to his channel and check it out. I've recently, as of yesterday, became a channel member for Matt Carves, and I'm looking forward to going through his library of videos and trying out some of the things he's been showing. And I believe it says members first, but I believe it's members only, maybe. But he has some really good content on there that I couldn't see until I became a member. So kudos to you, Matt. I've got to figure out that trick. But definitely check out Matt Carves, because he is one of the go-to gurus, well-respected carvers in the carving community. So I'm not taking much off the house. I just want to get it a little bit deeper into the wood, because I want it to look like it's set into the log. And it does. It's not as deep as I think I wanted it, but I think it's going to work. And if you guys haven't, hit that like and subscribe button. The like button truly helps by getting the content pushed out to more people during the live. And, well, of course, with the subscribe button, that explains itself. I would love to have the subscribers and I would love for you to stick around and subscribe if you like what you see, which I hope you do. So as I mentioned, these are going to be flower pots. Hey, Amy Jo. Bear and the boss lady. So Amy Jo, everybody was just talking about the live from this weekend and how good of a time they had. So I'm trying to send people over to your channel that haven't seen the live yet to go look at it so they understand. Yeah, depression. See, speak of the devil. Oh, Tim. The leaf carving video. That was a great video. I think Amy Jo shared that with me. And I was like, holy crap. That's awesome. So Bear and the Boss Lady, Electric Whittler, thank you guys for being here. And throw your channels in the chat, please. It shows that there's 79 people watching, and that's awesome. If there's anybody in the background watching, say hello in chat. We love talking with you. I love talking with you. And the people in chat are really nice. And maybe you can meet a few other channels that you find out that you like. So I made the... Yeah, don't call Amy Jo nice too much. No. If you watched her live from today, you'll find out if she doesn't like you, she will take your face off with a die grinder. And that's educational, not made for kid TV right there. Sorry, Amy Jo, I just thought that was funny. That Russia Santa. Alright, so I'm going to take this middle section down a little bit too. Just because I want it to be a little bit deeper. I'm really excited to put holes in this for the incense. I think that's going to be a neat little feature for this. Kind of a fairy house, incense holder, ghost house, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's looking more like a ghost house, which is okay. Wasn't intended that way. I just wanted some funky looking windows. Well, I ended up getting funky ghosts. But and if you're in the background watching and you haven't jumped into chat yet, please stop in and say hello. And can you guys hear me okay? Because last night the volume seemed a little bit low. And just want to make sure you could hear me. I posted a short. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but the channel hit 200 or 2,000 subscribers this weekend. Really kind of excited about that. It's only 2,000 subs. My headphones should be working. Why? Alright, are you guys messing with me? Oh, Bear. We can barely hear you. It's perfect. Are your headphones working? What was that? Okay, alright. I'm taking it as you guys. Yeah. Oh, Soldier Farms. Yep. Got the outside chores done. Anticipating no school tomorrow. Got to get ready for a Christmas market. Okay. Soldier Farms. What does your weekend look like? You said you got a market this weekend? Because this week or next week, you and I are going to sit down. We can either go live or do kind of a one-on-one off-live chat. Completely up to you. To help you out and kind of go over some carving stuff with you. So I'm glad you're here. I meant to mention that later on. I was going to send you a message on Facebook. So you tell me, would you rather go live with me, or would you rather have like kind of a one-on-one session outside of YouTube Live? I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but if you're okay with going live, we'll do it live. Just let me know what your schedule is. Alright? Oh, thank you for saying hello. Panda? Live is fine. Someone else who wants to learn might be afraid to ask. Alright, buddy. Then you and I will schedule a live together, and I will go over some of the basics of just what I know and what I do, and maybe that will help you. And like you said, do a basic wood spirit. So that's cool. I'm down for that. Do you have a craft market? Do you have a craft show? Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Do you have a craft market this weekend? Excuse me. I feel like I want to put something up here in the tip. We got this window. I've got these windows to store, but I feel like this tip needs something. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to screw this up or not, but I kind of feel like... Oh, maybe I won't be able to do it. I was thinking about putting a moon up here. Looks more like a banana. We'll see. What do you think? Can you see that? I think I'm going to try and put a small moon up there. Let's see what happens. It's either going to make it or break it. More than likely with me, it's going to break it. But let's do this. I'm going to do this with my fine burrs, so I'm not chunking out too much wood. And you know, it's funny my pedal, which I broke at the beginning of the live, now that I've taken the screw out of it, is actually working pretty good. So I wonder if I was supposed to take the screw out of it a long time ago, because now it seems to be working just fine. Either that or I have a loose wire down there. I'm gonna try and take a look at it after the live. Erwin, yes, 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 and thank you for being here. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Now, just be kind and keep jokes like that coming, and you are going to be well welcomed here. But thank you, thank you. Did you see that, guys? That was a good joke. That was good. I appreciate that one. Because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to screw this up. Bam! You know what? That was better than something Bear and the Boss Lady would come up with. I've just got to say, I think you topped Bear and the Boss Lady. And Bear's pretty funny. So I'm not taking anything away from Bear, because he is pretty funny, but that was kind of like Bear and the Boss Lady level right there. See ya, Pat. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that like button, buddy. Alright, I think this moon is going to be perfect. Yeah, Bear's hilarious. 100% Bear's hilarious. Oh my goodness, I grabbed the wrong cup of coffee. Ugh, I forgot one of my cups out here, and that was a cup from this weekend. Ugh. That was nasty. So the difference I'm going to do with this moon, yeah, so this is the cup with all the wood shavings in it that I just drank, and this one with the lid is the one I should have drank, but I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't pay attention to it being about really cold. But it happens sometimes. So I'm going to take this moon out. I'm leaving it in. But the center section, I'm going to slowly take it just a little bit deeper. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm so indecisive. Thinking about taking the center section out of it. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm taking it out. At least taking it down. Sorry about that. I just choked on something. That's like mistaking a ham sandwich for a slice of pizza, bro. You know what? You're right. You should not mistake a ham sandwich for a slice of pizza. And that is something that I would do. Alright, I'm going to clean these edges up a little bit more, and I might go a little bit deeper. I do have to be careful. Because this part of the moon right here is right up against the edge of the roof. And I don't want to blow out the roof, so I think I am going to go a little deeper. Just a smidge. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate it. It was kind of a last minute live. I decided to come out to the garage to do some carving, and I'm like, why not? Why not just go live, hang out? Look at that. Got subscribers everywhere. That's cool. What I'm going to do is, I'm taking this deeper, but I'm kind of liking Hey Dynamite, thank you for being here. And Patricia, thank you for subscribing to Soldier Farms' channel. And there's some pretty good content. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave that little bit inside. That's what my thought is. Alright, let me grab one of these fancy dancy sanders and kind of sand this thing up a little bit and see what I need to do. Ah, what did I do with the bag? Alright. I know I need to clean up around the doors, the windows, and everything. But I'm going to sand this up a little bit just to see what I need to clean up. And sometimes these sanding wheels just do a good enough job on their own. But I'll tell you this much, I've learned to make sure to have glasses on because they break apart in a quick way. And they will throw little shards at you. I'm hoping when I put some clear coat on this that there's some black spalting happening down here in the door. I really hope that makes it kind of creepy. I will let you know closer towards the end of the week, probably early morning, say 10 or 11. Yeah, 10 or 11. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, I have seen this done in some instances by Matt Carves and Amy Jo. I really want to put some lines through here. So I'm going to use this T-bar and put some lines through the bottom. Just to give it a little bit different texture and look. And I want it to look cracking and old. And I think Sarah and the Boss Lady's done this before on some of their stuff. This T-bar is really good for giving undercuts. But on the last fairy house I did, I used this to pretty much do the same thing, and it really came out great. For weathering and stuff. 'Cause I go just a little deep, sand it, and then it will all blend in pretty good. And to give it kind of a weathered look, cracking look. $89.40. Hello. Sorry, there's no way I was going to pronounce that name, but thank you for being here. Do you have a shorter version, like Tom or something? Yes, yes. Amy Jo showed me that video, and that is what made me sign up. Wait, no. Okay, let me recant that. I have been wanting to sign up for Matt for a while. I have a lot of memberships out there because I do try to support everybody that supports me and other channels, even if they don't support me. So that's cool. Amy Jo showed me that video, and I was like, holy crap. So I went to watch it, and I believe it was a members only video. So in order to see it, well, she didn't show me the video, she told me about it, and I wanted to check it out. So in order for me to actually watch it and see it, I had to become a member, which is no big deal. I'm happy I'm a member, and to be honest with you, I canceled a membership that I wasn't really fond of having, so it worked out great. I opened up some cash to give it to a better person. How's that? I think that's always a win-win. Oh, Soldier Farms just become a member. Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness, you didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, but thank you so much. That's awesome. I'm trying to throw a couple of different lines and textures through this. So when I sand it, I'm kind of deep. I'm not going to sand it too much, but I want it to have some different looks to it. And I may leave the door like it is. And then what I like to do is, once I get this done, I will kind of zip across the whole thing finally. Hey, 77 Rockets, Ryan, how you doing? So if you can see, that's the texture I'm putting into it. All right. And then I hit that with the sander just a little bit. You know, I'm gonna do these sides too. Make sure you put your channels in the chat so people can sub. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. And Soldier Farms, thank you for becoming a member tonight, buddy. I appreciate that so much. AJ Kumar, thank you, sir, for being here. Hey Flossie, how you doing? I think I saw you on Rusty's live last night again. Thank you. Yeah, Rusty, man, I'll tell you what. When Rusty starts getting some content out, he's going to have the setup. Oh my goodness. He's got some programs going on. Ben Sester? Okay, so this is the Vivor flex shaft, and I think it was around, I think it runs around $100, right around there. It's actually, I think, on sale right now through Amazon, and I do have a link to it. If you look at my YouTube page or the description of this channel, I have a link to it for Amazon, and I believe with Black Friday and stuff, it's on sale right now. And that would be about $70 or $80, I think, in American. So, and that comes with the handle, the flex shaft, and a motor with a foot pedal, which is a pretty good deal. Some people like Dremel more than they like the Vivor, and everybody has their preference. I like the Vivor because it's what I've used. Excuse me. And then the cutting burrs are through Cutzel, and they are also linked in my description. And if you have any questions, shoot me an email, which is also on my YouTube page, and I can answer them for you. And I do know through today, I think today's the last day, Cutzel has their Black or their Cyber Monday sale. Oh, you're welcome. And their cutting burrs are still 20% off today. So check them out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the top a little bit different. I might. But these flower boxes, I'm going to hit those with that same T-cutter just to break them up a little bit. And Ben, if you have any questions, like I said, go on my YouTube page in the About section. My email address is there, and I can try and answer them for you if you have any questions. So Tim, that's a funny story. I think I was going to start to tell you, but I guess for some reason I stopped or didn't say it. I was kind of jealous because you're all like, look at my burrs. Look at my burrs. I can't believe Cutzel sent them so fast. And I'm in Ohio. And look how fast they got them. I ordered them Sunday. Or I ordered them Thanksgiving. And look how fast they got here. And here Delana is going, checking the mail, going, where are my burrs at? Tim got his first. And I got the email today that they've been shipped today. Hold on a second. I got a little rattle going on. So this is the Vevor 1200. Yes, it is the Vevor. And I like it. Any problem I've had with this, I have created on my own. I had an old Dremel. It was not a flex shaft. I liked it. It served what I needed. It doesn't compare because it was just a Dremel tool. It wasn't the flex shaft, and it was older. So I won't talk bad about Dremel, not at all. But I've never used the Dremel flex shaft to be able to compare. But I do know that the Vevor for me has worked really well. And we were kind of discussing this on Amy Joe's live, and I think one of my lives. I think it started on my live, and it kind of carried over to Amy Joe's. I like this one because, yeah, they shipped it. I like the Vevor because looking at some of the Dremels are really thin in diameter. And because a lot of times, if you watch my hands, I'm kind of using this as a pencil. And I just like the thickness of this one for my hand. So I don't want to get into women's hands, men's hands, and offending anybody, but I like this one because I have bigger hands and I feel it fits better in my hands. Now, if I had a Dremel flex shaft to try, I may think different, but this one is doing so well for me that I really don't have a want or a need to run out to get a Dremel. Yeah, the 780 watts, I haven't had that one, but that's a good price. I believe the 1200 is on sale also. And this, I can tell you this, the Vevor 1200, I'm not sure about the 7800. This one takes 1/4-inch burrs, where I believe I heard, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the Dremel only takes 1/8 inch, or you've got to have a different chuck for the 1/4 inch. But this one works just like a drill press chuck. It opens up to 1/4 inch and it goes as low as your 1/8 inch. So that's another thing. This is kind of a 2-in-1 deal. And if I'm wrong on that with the Dremels, guys, let me know. But somebody did say that in one of the lives. So yeah, the Dremel without the flex shaft is chunky, and that's what I had. But the flex shaft Dremel, to me, just looks like it's too small for my hands. But like I said, I've never used it, so I don't know. I've just used a clunky Dremel. Alright, so I'm just going to zip across this real quick. Doing this because it will put a little more texture in it. Some of those cross lines, it will hide or break up to where it won't look like they're so crossed. And I just really love doing this texture look to this house. Now the top, I don't know what I'm going to do with the top. I don't think I want the top to be the same. I think I want to try and do like some shingleage to it, but then again, I might not. So that's a good deal. If you're looking to get the Vevor 1200, and it comes with the motor, which has forward and reverse, and it comes with a foot pedal. $79 for the Vevor 1200. That is a great price. I do remember them being over $100 when I got mine. The thing is, my daughter bought me this for Father's Day. And I do remember it being over $100 around that time. Or much closer to $100 than $79. Because I remember I sent her 2 links. She asked me what I wanted, and I sent her 2 links. And I said, this might be a little bit too much. And she ended up getting it anyway, so that was cool of her. I love her for that. She's the best. If it wasn't for her, I might not be carving. So I got to give her the credit. All right. So I've got to think for a second. Sorry, I bumped the camera. So I think up here, and I'm going to play with it, I think I'm just going to put straight lines. I don't think I'm going to gouge it like I did down here. You can see kind of barked up the front. But up here, I think I'm going to try and go with straighter lines. And then maybe do some shingle looks to it. Because I want it to be different than the bottom. I think I'm still going to use... Ooh, am I still going to use the same thing? Oh, you know what? If we're going to screw this up, let's really screw this up. How's that? don't want to screw it up. Let's see. Oh, you know what? So just for giggles, I don't want such straight lines. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cone burr, which might get in there and give me a little bit of an angle. I've seen Matt Carves do some stuff with these other than just like eyes, doors. And I think I'll give it a shot. I got a little bit more time left. So let's see. Because this cone burr, it's just like that. It's a cone shape. And it's got a little angle at the end. So I'm going to try and use that to my advantage. And if you watch other carvers and what they do, man, I've learned so much from so many people, and it's really given me the courage to try something different by watching them do it. And I've also come to the conclusion that, you know, if I screw this up, it's only wood. I can just keep carving and hide my mistake. So that makes it a little bit easier once you learn that fact. And for me, that was huge. I was always worried about being perfect, more or less impressing people because I was learning. And once I was like, you know what, I'm just going to carve the carve, it really started to become fun. And started making sense. If that makes sense. The deeper you go with this, the more it will open that up. I don't know if I like it yet, but we're about to find out. I don't want to go so far into the moon that I take away from that. Alright. Cool. Hey, Matthew. Alright, let me hit this with the sanding pad a little bit. Clean it up, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing and why. All right. So I like different textures, if you call it. And what I may try to do now is, so the bottom you can see I kind of roughed up really good, just to give it the barky, worn out look. And when the when the clear coat goes on this, that's really going to open up. And when the clear coat hardens, the depth inside of there is really going to show. But up on the top, I really wanted just a different pattern to break the top up from the bottom. So that's why I went with the lines. Now, I've got to hit the top here. I missed the top, that one spot. I'm thinking about coming across this way on a few of them. I don't know. That might make them just look like squares. Let's see. Let me think about that. But that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I just want the different textures. I want the moon to poke out, stick out. I want the window to stick out. When you look at the bottom and the top, you know, you want it to be different. And I want it to be different. So that's what I'm doing here. So for right now, while I think about that, I'm going to take a break, if you guys don't mind. And I will talk with you for a bit. And then I'm going to put the door handle on. Once again, watching other channels like Matt Carves and Amy Jo and all these awesome carvers that are out there. Might be cheating, but these cone bits are awesome. I don't know if it'll focus on it. But for me, they make the perfect door handle or doorknob. So I'm going to go ahead and put my doorknob on. So my door will start looking like a door. Keith, that is what I was thinking. That is what I was thinking. All right, let's do the doorknob. I think the doorknob needs to be right about here. I think that will be a good spot for the doorknob. There you go, just that little bit. And then I may put a little window in this door. We'll work on that. So far, I'm happy with it. Let's see. Where's my cone bit? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get in there with that one like that. Let me grab my T-burr and we'll try this. And if I get it deep enough, maybe I can get in there with the detail burr and work them into shingles. So that is what I was thinking, but Keith, thank you for that idea. Now I'm just going to try and use the T-burr to get in there a little bit better. Maybe I can get this way. I really need to get a pair of pliers and tighten this thing up. And thank you. And yes, you should pick this up as a hobby because it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. That's kind of what I was thinking. What do you guys think on that top now? I'm going to go through and clean it up. But I think that's going to make the difference in the top. Those straight lines, those offset lines. Perfect! And Keith, thanks for agreeing with me, my friend. And thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So, awesome. Well, I think I'm going to call that a night because I'm going to go through eventually, probably tomorrow or something. I don't think I'm going to put a chimney on it. I've just left that there so long. I don't think a chimney is going to work at this point. But what I am going to do is try and carve some bark into this to put some bark back onto the tree. And probably going to put a window in this door because I think the door needs a window. I'm just going to try and figure out what type of window I want to put in. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then around here, I'm going to carve some bark in on both sides just to give it more of that tree look. But I think what I'm going to do, which is different, excuse me, is I'm not going to sand. I'm not going to cut this down. I'm going to cut the bark in with the brown still there. I think that's going to add some color, some depth, some dimension to it that you're not going to get off of this. So that's going to be my plan, but that's going to be a plan for another night. So I've got quite a bit done today, and I'm happy with that. I hope you guys are happy with it. And if you haven't, hit that like and subscribe button. Come back and hang out. And thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to call it an evening and get in and yeah, Keith, if you're going to get a Dremel, get the Dremel flex shaft. It's going to be so much easier and so much nicer. Or, the Vevor 1200, put that on there too. But yeah, if you're going to start into this, do that and look into Kutzall, Kutzall. See you later, Tim. And look at their burrs. Look at their burr kits. You want to start out with some really good burrs to help you out. Both of which, the Vevor and the Kutzall burrs, are in the description of this live and most of my descriptions. So you can pick them up. The Kutzall, you get a 5% discount. I would not buy Kutzall off of Amazon. Now, I'm not saying that to get you to go to my link. You can go right to Kutzall's page But Amazon, you're going to pay roughly about $20 more than you would off of the website. And using my link, you get a 5% discount and free shipping over $50. So that's shameless plug. But anyways, guys, have a great night, and thank you for being here. I'm going to head out, get some stuff done before I have to go to bed. And Thursday, Rusty and I will be live for our normal Thursday night live. So make sure you check that out. And if you haven't yet, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.